Welcome back here to the DE Turf Complex in Delaware. Travis Eldridge and Tracy Weiner with you as we get ready for the Class of 2023 championship game here at American Select Lacrosse. But Tracy, before we get to Connecticut versus New Jersey, Connecticut having a lot of success in the Class of 2024 championship game that you just called here with Tom Eschen. Tracy, take us through how Connecticut was able to take the championship here in the Class of 2024 over Florida.
Well, it was a back-and-forth game in the first half, and then all of a sudden in the second half, the draw controls changed. But for me, it was the efficiency of Connecticut's shooting in the first half that kept them in this game. Traditionally in the girls lacrosse sport, when you win the draw controls, your team, usually comes out on top. And Florida was able to hang in there as best that they could. It was like a 1 or 2 goal game most of the time, but every time Connecticut had possession of the ball, every single time they touched the ball, it was a goal. And then in the second half, Connecticut really started winning those draw controls. The adjustments that, Lisa Lindley made for her team in the second half really made all the difference in the world. And then once Connecticut had the 2, 3, 4 goal lead, there was no turning back for them. I thought they played very composed. I thought they played mistake-free, which, for a team that's selected, a lot of times the girls don't know each other or they haven't played enough with each other, and sometimes it gets sloppy. Not this group at all. They were completely efficient. They were completely on point. They had a great ride. They won, a majority of those 50-50 ground balls, but I thought it was their decision-making, Travis. They never forced anything. They were very patient on offense. They would try to drive. If they didn't have it, they knew to pull out and wait for the defense to break down. And then just a pinpoint accuracy on some of those shots. I mean, Holmes, I don't know how she found the corners like she did, because I just did not think that was going to happen. And, Abazia had such great speed. She went right from draw catch to fast break to goal. And then it was just the Connecticut takeover, And I give Florida all the credit in the world. I don't know how Holmes hit that angle. That's a next level type shot. And then, you get to celebrate, right? I mean, you play the game mistake-free, you do what you have to do, and then you get to celebrate.
Exactly. And celebrate Connecticut did. Overall, a 15-8 win over Florida to walk away with the Class of 2024 championship. So we're just about ready for the 2023 championship game, Connecticut and New Jersey, when we come back on LSN. And we are just about set for the American Select Class of 2023 championship game. The all-star team from New Jersey against the standout team from Connecticut. Travis Eldridge and Tracy Weiner with you as we take a look at our goalies. It's Bella CROWLEY getting the start for Connecticut out of Ridgefield High School. And on the other side, it's number 27, Brooke Hill out of Montgomery High School for New Jersey. Number 37, Tara Riley out of West Morris Central High School. And the Steps Elite Club getting the start here for New Jersey. So Tracy, this class of 2023, what are we looking for? This is always an important recruiting summer for these players.
Well, and it is, and they have had quite the turnout of college coaches. There were hundreds of college coaches at this event this week. I mean, it was so great to see everybody out and about again. And for these young ladies to make it through all the way to championship day, I mean, that bodes well for them recruiting-wise.
It's a great centering pass, but it's deflected before it gets to the cage.
It's going to be an 8-meter shot, though, on a push. This Connecticut group is so talented. This should be Kaylee Summers taking this shot right here. And again, most of these girls are from the Connecticut Grizzlies club, so they know each other well.
Summers opts to back it out here. Obviously, Tracy, you and Tom were talking about it in the earlier games. You have some continuity between some of the players, whether it's from high school or from their club team, but also new pieces to factor in with this select team that was selected through a selection process. And there is an absolute laser, and Connecticut is on the board first. It's CHOLE Humphrey with the score.
Humphrey takes a great shot in traffic. Tough for the goalie to see that one for sure. Darien High School, think we'll be seeing a little bit of that during this game.
Yeah, there are a number of players representing Darien as we get another look. Nice fake there to get the hands free.
Right, and a lefty low shot through traffic. Those are the most difficult shots for the goalies to see. So for anybody that's trying to learn how to play this game and watching it right now, you'll see that the high shots the goalie can pick up in traffic. A low shot, they really struggle.
So 1 possession, 1 goal here for Connecticut. They're in the white uniforms with New Jersey in the navy blue. And another draw control won by the Connecticut team, and a whistle, and they'll keep it.
Such a big factor in girls lacrosse is the draws and the control of them.
So another look at this offense here for Connecticut. CECE TAUBER sends it behind.
It's very patient. I think as you move up in the age groups, you see the offenses become much more patient.
And even with the select team, Tracy, give people a perspective on how long they had to kind of come together here with between the tryout process and a little bit of practice time before they reached this tournament.
Well, in all honesty, because of COVID, everybody's high school seasons got pushed so way forward that a lot of these tryouts weren't until the end of June, beginning of July. And if you were able to get 2 or 3 practices in before the actual event, you guys got lucky. So this was really, an effort in the northern schools to, how they've come together and been so successful has been amazing to me. The selection process, like I said, is like no other because no high school coaches and our club coaches are allowed to select. It has to be people that have no affiliations in any way, shape, or form with the players.
LINDSEY DEVIR handing it off. This is Bridget Longsinger, and a score! New Jersey strikes back to tie it up at 1.
Boy, that was just a great play, sneaking in behind an aggressive defense, and Bunting just found the opening and buried that shot.
Lily Bunting able to get the first goal here for New Jersey today, and another look.
The dodge comes from the top, and then you just see as the defense is ball watching, Bunting just slides right behind them. That's just a smart play.
Give the assist to Bridget Longsinger. Bunting out of Lenape High School, plays for the South Jersey Select Club.
That's run by the old Moorestown, or I don't know if the Moorestown coaches.
25-minute running time halves here in Delaware for all these championship games. The clock will stop through the last couple of minutes of each half as this draw is finally scooped up by New Jersey. This is LINDSEY DEVIR, her sister, a freshman goalie who just finished her freshman year at Boston College.
Oh, they had a pretty good year.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yes.
Just a little bit of talent on that team returning as well.
Yeah, it's a great place to go play college lacrosse right now, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Here is DEVIR gets the left hand free, and New Jersey strikes again, their first lead.
It's a nice play by DEVIR. She has the one-on-one. She sees that there's no double team help coming, so she's going to take that shot. Plays at a Ridgewood High School, another amazing program in New Jersey. But you'll see right here, DEVIR rolls, puts it in her left hand, no help comes, so she takes the shot.
Yeah, just
nice
a really good individual effort.
Yeah, just a simple roll, gets the defender on her back, lowers her hands, takes a nice low shot. Many of these players have been on a lot of select teams already. They play on the top-level club teams. The competition this summer in the club circuit was unbelievable. And their high schools are obviously the top-level schools. I mean, these kids some of them have really taken advantage also, Travis, of the year and change that they had during COVID to work on some of their individual skills.
Yeah, and especially for this age group, that this summer is so important because it leads up to when the initial contact period can start for the recruiting process with the new recruiting rules. September 1st of a player's junior year is when college coaches can make that initial contact to talk about recruiting. And so these players are all gearing up for that first initial contact period.
They are, and they're excited. You know, there's a lot of opportunities out there for the 23s. I think they were worried at first, but they need not be worried. You know, Clemson, with announcing their new head coach yesterday, you know, that made a big splash in the lacrosse world. That's going to be an amazing program as well from jump. There's a lot of good things happening right now in girls lacrosse.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because for a player that you're in class of 2023 or 2024, you want to make an impact and go to a big school. There are opportunities at a Clemson or a Pitt to really make an impact and get the experience of going to a big-time ACC school.
No question about it. And I just hope that it, you know, with Clemson, it opens up more of those schools having a program. And these girls have just worked so hard, and I know they were so stressed, but if you could see the relief on their face, Trav, when they came to this event and saw, you know, 200 college coaches roaming the sidelines and here to see them play, you know, there was a sense of relief.
This is New Jersey continuing to attack here on this possession. So looking for that first shot on this possession with the 2-1 lead. You got a whistle. Paige Kelly. I'll line things up from the 8-meter here on the near side hash. Excuse me, not 8 meters, a little bit further back, and she'll send it back and keep possession.
Yeah, and that's the difference in this age group. You know, if you're a 25 or a 26 playing this game, you might try to drive and score and get swarmed on it, where the older players, they just know to pull it out, and that possession is more important than forcing the ball.
And that one's taken away. Good defensive play here by Connecticut. They'll come the other way. Coast to coast, ELLIE Burdick, and it's deflected before it gets on cage. She made the defensive play at one end and had the shot deflected, and it's scooped up here by New Jersey.
That was a nice save by the goalie, you know, just doing what she has to do. It was a turnover right here, and looks like Connecticut's going to get the ball back. But again, and you can see some college coaches sitting right there on the field from our video. They're here even watching this championship game. They're still here for these kids.
And through your experience of talking to college coaches about what they're looking for, what specifically do they look for, especially in a tournament like this and a bunch of select teams?
Well, what they look for is...
As that one's deflected, somebody got a piece of that. Good stick work.
They sure did. And I think that's the kinds of things that they're looking for. They're looking for the hustle plays more than anything. They're looking for the kids that are good in between the 30s. You have the speed like this to get the ball up the field. If you do make a mistake or the ball gets taken away, are you going to hustle back and redefend? Like, that play right there is going to get, you know, everybody to say... Stella Nolan. That's right. That's all on Stella Nolan. You know, she starts that play. She causes the turnover on pure hustle, and now her team gets to score a goal. That's the kind of kid I want. You know, CeCe gets the finish for her, but that play was started by Stella, no doubt.
Yeah, she caused the turnover, went end-to-head, a lengthy pass ahead, as you see right here, and it's Tauber who gets her first goal today to tie things up at 2.
And that's all you want. When you make a big play like that, you just want your attacker to finish it for you and make all that hustle and effort worthwhile, you know. But those are the things that, you know, Travis, that the college coaches look for. So many parents, especially the parents of attackers, you know, say to their kids, you have to score, you have to score. They drill it in them to the point of, you know, makes their children crazy. And that's really not what the college coaches are looking for at all.
So much of it comes down to the intangibles, because, you know, if you're going to play at the Division I level, chances are you'll be able to score if you have the opportunity. But
correct.
It's some of the extra things you can do.
Also, not everybody can score. You know, somebody has to be dirty in the 30s. Somebody has to stop the best attacker. Somebody has to save the ball. Somebody has to be the feeder. You know, in order for a team to win an NCAA title, every person on that roster needs to know their role and become great at it. That's how you build a championship team.
100%, especially if you're going to contribute as a freshman. Very few freshmen come in and are scoring 50, 60 goals.
Okay. But my girl did, Belle Smith.
She is a special type of talent. How about that move? Wow. That was a special move. CHOLE Humphrey with her second.
And Humphrey does exactly what you're supposed to do on that play. So most defenders expect the crease attacker to roll to her strong side, to her right. If you can do the inside roll and put the defender on your back, that's impressive. Which is, and again, you see the defender starting to come up the line, and boom, she takes it to the inside because she thinks she's going to roll around to her strong side. Such a smart play.
Yeah, that looked like a Belle Smith type of play.
Love it. These kids are just so talented, you know, and what they can do with a lacrosse stick is unbelievable. And again, you know, that's a Darien kid. The Blue Wave is just one of those teams that is always in the top 10 in the country conversation.
100%. One of the best high school programs in the country, as it's Connecticut that keeps possession now with a 3-2 lead. Humphrey with it behind the cage. Trying to get free again. Here draws the help. And a shooting space.
You know what, Travis, what I will say also is all these playoff games were so close. Very few of them were blowouts. And that's just so exciting when you're running an event to know that the right kids are here, you know?
Yeah, both semifinals were good ones. It was Connecticut beating Long Island 9-7. And New Jersey beating Maryland 11-6 in the two semifinals, leading to this championship game.
A nice save by the goalie. She just stayed on the pipe. Didn't give an inch.
Tara Riley getting that start for New Jersey today. Another free position coming up here for Connecticut. Another good move and a shot from distance.
Wow.
A hat trick for Humphrey.
Wow. Lefty sniper. Holy cow. The accuracy of that shot is unbelievable.
We're going to get another look at this. It was a nice little hitch step that got her free off this free position. Beats the defender and then goes up top.
Up top, unsavable, through traffic. I mean... And you're right, there's that hitch step. Look at the power she got on that. Holy cow.
Tracy, I can't help but think the emergence of Charlotte North and the display she put on in terms of shooting the ball from distance probably has an influence in some of these shots we see from further out for some of these players.
Well, I think what it does is it gives the young ladies a certain confidence that they can do that with their stick. You know, in the past, the way the sticks were designed and whatnot, you could never get that type of power. But now that you can, so many more girls are now trying that. They never thought that with the, you know, you're not supposed to have a pocket in girls lacrosse, right?
Right.
So how could you get the power on that if you don't have a pocket? And yet, you know, Charlotte North showed everybody that you could. And here comes a yellow card, I think.
Yeah, it's a trip here around midfield. Connecticut will keep possession.
You know, the thing about these games is that they go so fast. They're so fast-paced. I mean, we're almost under 10 minutes already left in the first half. And, you know, it's just so fun to watch. And it's just, you know, but the time just flies. And I just find it amazing that, you know, what the display can happen in a 50-minute game. And I don't know. We've been doing this for so many years, and for so long, we used to think that the 50-minute games would be like, oh my God, you know, in the summer club, it's going to be a blowout. This is going to happen. And yet in these games, they have been just so exciting that the time has just flown.
Yeah, we've seen high-level lacrosse. I mean, these moves are high-level college Division I level moves we're seeing from some of these players, and that's where they hope to play it at one point. Nice save there in front by Riley.
And that was a beautiful save. Again, tight space, great catch. But I think also what we're seeing is the intelligence emerging, like the IQ of these players. They don't rush anything. It's not sloppy. It doesn't look, you know, there's not a lot of calls. There's not a lot of stoppage of play. It's just great, fast-moving lacrosse.
And here's a quick restart for Connecticut off the turnover. Transition chance, another save. Riley again.
Riley's keeping New Jersey in this game, without a doubt. She has made 3 or 4 huge saves.
Especially those back-to-back right on the doorstep, and now New Jersey a chance to go the other way. Unsettled situation here.
Yeah, it could have been 8-2 by now if not for the, the goal play of Riley.
100%. And so New Jersey will settle things down by a couple. Under 9 minutes to go in this first half. And really, the story of this game has been possession. I mean, each team has taken advantage offensively when they've had the possession in their offensive end.
No question about it.
Here's Dever again, here at the top of the fan, trying to drive in. Good defense by Connecticut. Dever not giving up, and she scores. That's her second.
It is. Dever's having the hot hand right now for New Jersey. Finding those openings. And again, they're keeping these balls low. The younger players, I always tell them, high to high is the devil. You can't keep going high to high, And when you get to these older ages and they get it, that it's harder for the goalie to pick up the ball on the ground. It's harder for the goalie to see what's going on.
So Dever and New Jersey cutting into the Connecticut lead. We step aside here in the first half of the class of 2023 championship game. We've got ourselves a good one here in the class of 2023 American Select Championship game. New Jersey and Connecticut within one of each other as Connecticut has the 4-3 edge, but New Jersey just scored the last goal here before the break in the first half. Just over 8 minutes left to go in this 25-minute running time half. Travis Eldridge, Tracy Wiener back with you here on LSN.
The time just flies. And again, the girls they're so fit, it doesn't even phase them. I don't even know how they do it. They've literally been playing for 3 days from like 8 in the morning until, whenever their games ended. And they just never seem to lose a beat.
I miss those days, Tracy. You just keep going and going, and you never get tired.
Yeah, well, Travis, I'm past those days. I was going and going on a golf cart. So that's how I got to run the event these last 2 days. I'm done. We used to have our bicycles and ride around the events. Now we just get golf carts.
Well, that's because you're a celebrity now. Tracy, they got to chauffeur you around.
That's all right. I drive my own cart. So funny.
We'll get you a driver for next year.
Appreciate it. But this has just been so fun to watch all these kids and all the pictures that they're taking, the videos, the TikToks, just the camaraderie, all the gear. Like they're just having a great time representing their area.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. The lacrosse is great, but it's all about the TikTok and the Instagram you get on top of it.
100%.
Here's Bella Goodwin, and she hands it off. Here at the top, I think that hit the post. It bounces off.
Absolutely hit the pipe on that one.
It's a good look by Gianna Macrino, just unlucky. And it'll be Connecticut that'll try to clear here with the whistle, and she went early. Gives her right back.
She did. Absolutely. And, it's interesting because, you have the fast start, but some of it's a whistle start. So the kids are still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I will say that is one of with all the different rules changes that have gone into effect to make the game faster, that is the one that sometimes can get you. Is this a quick restart or a whistle start? And if you're not
correct,
if you're not in the flow and feel for it, sometimes that can throw you off.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to throw me off in general, but that one throws me off. I can't figure it out, and it leaves a lot of the discretion to the officials. We have a big 8 meter right here. Yeah,
Kelly McKinney lining it up here. Good opportunity to tie this for New Jersey.
She's winding up her stick.
And a save. Good stop by Bella CROWLEY.
That shot had a lot of pace on it, but it was stick side. And a lot of these goalies now have a male coach warming them up, and they shoot on those girls as hard as humanly possible. Boy, she cranked that, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that was a heck of a save. Get another look here.
You see her cranking it, but she goes stick side. Not even stick side. She went center cage. So it's a pitch and catch with the goalie on that one. So that's what, when you and I were talking before, Trav, and we were saying how the girls can see now what they can do. It's just a matter of trying to control that shot. It takes a special talent to control the speed shot.
Exactly. So what could have tied this game, keeps Connecticut up by 1. A big save for Bella.
Yep.
And now an opportunity offensively. Oh, good look. And we'll have another 8-meter coming up here.
Yep, obstruction of shooting space. She got the step, and all the defender could do was slide in her space.
This is ELLIE BURDICK from Greenwich Academy, lining up straight away. And the bounce shot goes, her first goal of the day.
She gets just a great look. And again, I like the bounce shot, so I'm a bounce shot person. Just because, like I said, it's harder for the goalie. They all stand with their sticks up high. They have to make an adjustment with their stick, and they have to make an adjustment with their eyes. And sometimes they lose the ball when all that's going on.
Well done.
But there was no defenders around her. She was untouched on that play.
Yeah, she got a good start off the 8-meter.
That first step was that was all she needed.
And so Connecticut goes back up by 2, 5-3. Last couple of minutes of this first half. That's a nice draw control there for New Jersey.
Sure was.
That was Bella Goodwin.
You know, there's so much talk also in the college ranks about maybe eliminating the draw and whatnot. I love it. I would hate to see it go away.
You see the same discussions on the men's side about the face-off. And it is, I mean, at some point you have to have a way to, the 50-50 nature of it creates some of the things we love about lacrosse is the ability to kind of make it, take it. Even if you're down a couple, the game's not over.
Correct. And it's a skill for a player.
100%. And I think the thing about the women's game that has been so great is you watch like a player like Kayla Trainer, like was not a draw control specialist for most of her career, learns the skill and then just becomes dominant. I mean, you look at the best players, they want to be in the draw circle as well.
Always. They want that pressure. They want, let's see if we score here.
Oh, nice, nifty. There's your bounce shot, Tracy.
That was beautiful. It was just a great look and a great finish on that.
Lily Spinner with her first goal today. Went with the sidearm shot and just enough of a bounce to skip it by the goalie. So Spinner out of Summit High School has one here in this championship game to cut it back to a 1-goal game. And Goodwin, again, she's starting to find a rhythm there at the draw circle.
Well, and if that happens,
Yeah, you can change the game quickly.
You sure can, easily.
A chance for New Jersey here to tie this game down 5-4, final 2.5 of this first half. Good strong take, and there's the tire. Paige Kelly sidearm.
Right there for New Jersey.
Paige Kelly out of Red Bank Regional High School. And one-on-one with her defender. Nice little spin move to get the hands free, and then the sidearm, great placement on that shot.
Strong wrists on that. Look at that movement and able to get the power and pace on that ball.
So just like that, from down 2 to tying this game up, this has been entertaining in the first half, all knotted up at 5. A whistle on the fight for the draw, and this will be given to Connecticut. So they stop the little streak that Goodwin had going at the draw circle, and they'll get possession back.
And here we are in the final minute of this half.
And this has been the story of the game. When each team has had offensive opportunities, they've taken advantage. Let's see if Connecticut can do that. A fake, a physical play in front, as going down was Humphrey.
Yeah, that's going to get you 2 minutes rest. That was a pretty physical play for sure.
So Humphrey will line up in 8 meters. We get another look. She's been an elusive offensive talent in this first half with 3 goals already.
Yeah, and defenders moving on that, so her force just sends the girl flying.
Good flash in front and another goal for Connecticut. The feed and the score to give Connecticut the 6-5 lead.
That was a pretty play. Again, you're man up now, and so now the defense has to scramble real quick because obviously somebody's going to be wide open. Just patient. You're not covering, when you're not covering the feeder, you're not pressuring her, they will pick you apart. See how they're leaving her hands free? 21 is there, but there's not really a lot of pressure on her. Cullum really should have closed that gap just a little bit and not given her the ability to pick everything apart.
Ryan HAPGOOD gets the goal, the feed from Tauber, who has a goal and now assists today. HAPGOOD's first goal of this championship, and 45 seconds to go in this first half. And are we going to redraw, or was this going to go?
No, it's a violation
okay.
on the jersey draw specialist, so Connecticut's going to get the ball.
So another chance to pad out the lead. Good speed here from HAPGOOD.
Yeah, they're still man up. They can be patient here, hold for the last shot.
Whistle with 22 seconds left. Stay in the stick of Molly Snow. We don't believe any relation to the great Jon Snow.
I wish that show would come back.
Yeah, that's for sure. And there's a score. Another pretty feed from behind, and it's back-to-back goals for Connecticut to put them up 2.
Yeah, that card turns out to be real costly. And again, when you're playing at this level against these type of teams and in this level of competition, any advantage, is going to get taken advantage of. So, look how far away. Again, no defender near her. She's able to just pick apart the defense. She floats that pass over the top, and that's just such a good look, and you have to play unselfish. And although Nolan gets the goal, the feed is just as important.
Yeah, Tauber with her second straight assist. She now has 3 points in this first half, as Stella Nolan gets her first goal out of New Canaan. New Jersey's got to be quick with 2 seconds left, and that is going to be how this first half ends. Let's see if they put any more time back on the clock. And nope, that'll be the first half here from Delaware. It was entertaining back and forth in these first 25 minutes. But it's Connecticut with back-to-back goals in the final minute of the first half to take a 7-5 lead here at the break.
Just such great lacrosse going on. Again, one yellow card is the gap between these two teams at this point, and that will change in the next 25 minutes for sure.
So we will step aside here from Delaware. We'll continue to get you ready for the second half when we come back here on LSN. Second half set to begin here from the DE Turf Complex in Frederica, Delaware. A beautiful day in Delaware for the championship games here in the American Select Lacrosse Tournament. Travis Eldridge, Tracy Weiner back with you here on LSN. An entertaining first half. We expect more of the same here in the second. But Tracy, the draw circle, we saw some kind of ebbs and flows in terms of who had the dominant part of this draw circle here in the first half, and that's going to tell the story, I think, here in the second as we meet the new goalies for both teams. New Jersey, Brooke Hill, number 27, taking over in goal, and on the other end, it is number 17, Rebecca Arpano, taking over for Connecticut.
Well, this should be interesting because the last game they did not make any changes in goal, and the two goalies were having the hot hand, so they just kind of let it roll.
Not the case here in the class of 2023. We got new goalies coming in for the second half, as we saw, especially Tara Riley for New Jersey stand tall in that first half with a couple of big saves. But she is relieved by Hill, and it's New Jersey with the draw control. Once again, Bella Goodwin. She's had a lot of success in the draw circle so far.
Well, she has, and this is a big draw control to start the game off to start the half off, for New Jersey.
Gave up the final 2 goals of the first half as they were player down to make it a 7-5 lead for Connecticut. But when they've had the ball, they've had a lot of success offensively.
Absolutely, no question about it.
Is LINDSEY DEVIR with it. PAIGE KELLY.
I mean, you see the more aggressive defense now from Connecticut. They're playing them real up high. I mean, they're almost at the restraining line playing defense.
Really stretching the New Jersey team out.
Well, they're playing the backer defense, so they're in the zone. So you're going to pressure the ball, and then the backer slides in to help out. So even if you try to dodge, there's another defender right there. So they switched from the man-to-man and went into the zone defense.
Remember, no shot clock here in the American Select Championships. So as long as you can keep possession, you can hold on to this thing. Spinning and just shooting high.
You know, that's the thing about we always talk about with the college rules. They need to start to translate to the high school rules. It's 2 very different games.
The club circuit's kind of like a mix of the 2. And a pretty feed and score in front. New Jersey has the first goal of this second half as PAIGE KELLY has her second goal of the game.
And that was a nice play. And again, the defense wasn't bad on that. PAIGE KELLY had to make a really, really nice play. And you'll see when the feed comes. I mean, PAIGE KELLY is fully covered.
Yeah, that was a great catch and finish in front.
It's a good look at it again. You're not pressuring the ball passer, which but the defense could have done a better job on that.
Lily Spinner picking up an assist to go along with the goal she had in the first half, and it's back to a 1-goal game.
I'll never understand why coaches do not pressure the feeder. You know, that will always interest me. I'd like to pick their brain on that. Why not pressure the feeder? Because she's just picking you guys apart.
Yeah, she was able to put that thing right on the stick of PAIGE KELLY.
Right, and why give her all that time with no defender bothering her?
Another draw one here by Connecticut, and another goal for guess who? CHOLE Humphrey, her 4th.
I didn't even think she had an angle on that, to be honest with you. When you see this play, I mean, she just rolls it and slams it home.
Yeah, she has put on a finishing display around the crease so far in this championship game.
Yeah, there's some college that's going to be very happy when she shows up on campus.
For sure.
That's a Kayla Trainer shot. That's a goal line extended, I shouldn't be scoring, but I'm going to anyway shot.
And the comfort level, too. Around the crease, she's got sticks coming at her, different defenders trying to come and help, and she seems so calm and collected.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Another draw here by Connecticut. This has been the story of the game. You win a draw, your team's coming down and scoring, and it's been kind of how this game has gone. It's been an ebb and flow of whoever's winning the draws is taking advantage.
That's what we talked about earlier, about changing that rule, but it's such an important part of the game.
Strong take, just off the edge. Rebound, and a quick stick shot in front for a score. Humphrey picking up the assist, and it makes it 9-6.
Well, that also helps when you're the one that's been scoring and then you get to distribute because, you know, one of your teammates is now wide open because the defense is focusing on you, you know, and that's the way the game is supposed to be played. Humphrey, you know, she comes around.
And Humphrey, just the right place, right time there for the rebound. And then the feed across. Let's see who that was on the backside.
It looked to me like Tauber, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's exactly who it was. Her second goal today.
So the feeder and the attacker are the same person. You know, they're just switching roles, right? Sometimes it's Tauber feeding a Humphrey. Sometimes it's Humphrey feeding the Tauber.
Yeah, that was just a really pretty play offensively all around. And so for the first time today, Connecticut has a 3-goal advantage.
Yeah, I really, I would be upset if they got rid of the draw. That's just me personally.
Chance here for New Jersey to scoop up the loose ball, and they'll get it on the whistle. Becomes an important offensive possession here for New Jersey.
Yes. Yeah, they can't let this game get out of hand because it is running time, and it goes a lot faster than you think.
Got a whistle there in front. And so an 8-meter opportunity here for New Jersey. Jane Freeman lining it up.
It's a big opportunity right here.
Freeman stings the top corner. Her first.
Wow. That was, the placement on that shot was really, and again, that's what we talk about as you get to the older grades, you know, just the stick skills that these girls have, the placement, you know, the lacrosse IQ, it's so impressive.
I mean, this was a contested shot. She had the 2 players right on her, but still, it got a piece of the goalie. That makes it so it was kind of deflected in. I was about to say, yeah. I mean, she somehow got that all the way to the top corner, and it got a piece.
It's at the bottom of her stick.
Yeah.
When the goal stick flexed up, that's what happened, you know?
Good, but still good shot placement because that's off stick there for the goalie. That's a tough one to save.
That is a tough one to save, and everybody will tell you goalie's hip side, you know, either side, it doesn't matter. Those are the toughest shots for them.
And so the possession goes back to New Jersey off another draw win, and so a chance to cut into this lead again, now at 9-7.
It's all about momentum.
And there have been swings of it in this game. There's Dever. Already have seen a couple of goals from her. Going for another, shoots high. Bella Goodwin, who's been a terrific player in the draw circle, picks it up here from the end line.
They need to get back to ball movement. You know, the one-on-one stuff is okay, but it's never going to win you. You know, you have to move the ball, get everybody involved, get the defense moving. That's going to be an 8-meter.
And I believe it's a card coming as well.
Oh, for a dangerous, check to the head. You're correct.
So yellow card, this is a big opportunity.
Without a doubt. This is a huge opportunity for New Jersey.
Dever lines up the 8-meter. Goes right in, the bounce shot goes for her third, and it's 9-8.
Devers is really keeping them in this game, and I'm wondering if Connecticut's going to go back to their original goalie.
By the way, I love the fact that Lindsay is a midfielder, an offensive player, and her sister, who's now at Boston College, Kate, is a goalie. That has to make for a fun dynamic in the backyard.
Without a doubt. There's probably a lot of fights that go on and then a lot of holes in the fence, you know?
Yeah, exactly. See, but I tell you what, as an offensive player, that's like the perfect training partner when you have somebody who doesn't mind stepping in the goal and taking shots.
Isn't that the truth? It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you got just a bunch of offensive players, like nobody wants to step in the goal and make things difficult.
Right, it's hard to shoot against Hector the Rejecter your whole career.
There's only so many targets you can hit before it gets boring.
Yeah.
Oh, great feed. Wide open in front for another. No, we got a crease violation. Oh, almost a spectacular play.
I'd like to see that again because that was acrobatic. I love it.
Lily Bunting was trying to tiptoe the crease. She made a great cut, was wide open on the backside, but just stepped in.
Probably jumping in the air trying to corral that shot. Let's see.
This is great recognition on the feed, too. Right here.
Right there.
She might have stepped in, but
she might have had some help.
Yeah, that is also true. But New Jersey causes the turnover, so they keep possession here. Still down by just one as we near 14 minutes to go. Championship on the line here in the class of 2023. All players that are going to soon to be juniors in high school. Good strong take, and there's the tire.
There it is. Connecticut's going to need a timeout soon because New Jersey's taking it to them.
Paige Kelly with her third.
You thought that the game was about to be a runaway, and now, look, before you can blink, it's a tie game.
A 3-goal run here for New Jersey to tie it up at 9. It brings us to a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. A good finish coming from Delaware here in the class of 23 championship game. This was a 9-6 lead for Connecticut, but all of a sudden New Jersey, they get a yellow card and they take advantage of the player up situation. 3 straight goals, including this one from Paige Kelly, her third goal. And Tracy, we've got ourselves a game tied at 9. Travis Eldridge and Tracy Weiner back with you as coming out of this timeout, we go back to the draw circle. Bella Goodwin in there for New Jersey in the blue penny, Connecticut in the white.
This draw control, Travis, is going to mean everything right now because New Jersey's feeling real good about themselves. And let's see if they can keep it going, or has Connecticut found a way to stop the momentum?
That's where all the momentum has come from in this game, has been the draw circle. It was a good chance there and finally scooped up by Connecticut.
A well-placed timeout.
Ryan Hapgood able to scoop up the draw control as it's Connecticut going to work offensively. Oh, another good move by Humphrey. Feed in front. Oh, a save. Brooke Hill up to the challenge.
Wow, that was a nice save on a great play. Look, you can't make a great save without a great play, right?
That's for sure. Humphrey created a great opportunity from behind, but Brooke Hill, who just came into this game for the second half, doing exactly what we saw Tara Riley do in the first half for New Jersey, making a big stop in front and a chance for New Jersey to take a lead.
So hard to come in cold off the bench in a championship game.
So maybe, or a chance to continue the momentum that New Jersey has built up on this 3-goal run. Working
New
from
Jersey
behind is Goodwin.
Right, very patient this second half. Very patient on the offensive end.
Kelly has the 3 goals already, and she leaves off for Dever, who's got a 3-pack as well.
There's going to be an 8-meter here. 3 seconds.
So a good look for Dever. She lines it up for that far hash, and she scores her 4th. And New Jersey has its first lead of the second half.
Boy, her shot placement is unbelievable. It's all about the placement because the defense is doing a good job on her, but she is still able to free her hands and find that spot.
And that brings us to our timeout here on the field. Lindsay Dever giving New Jersey their 4th straight goal, and they've got a lead in the championship game. Bella Crowley back in there in net for Connecticut as she was back in there as New Jersey took the 10-9 lead. Played in the first half, and now she comes back in to try to finish this one off for Connecticut, who's just looking for something to find a spark because it's been all New Jersey here in the last couple of minutes.
Boy, it sure has. And I'm just so impressed again with their, just you could be down 2-3 goals. Life's still good. We got this. No worries. And before you know it, you're up by 1.
Yeah, it's New Jersey's first lead since they led 2-1 really early on in the first half. As it's Connecticut that wins the draw, and they go back to work offensively here.
And Connecticut needs to be smart on this offensive set. Even if they don't score, they just don't need to force anything. Just make sure you take a good quality shot. There's still 11 minutes to go, and I know it's running time and it seems to go fast, but there's still a lot of time left in this game.
And a whistle in front as as Connecticut attacks. This is Kaylee Summers lining up an 8-meter. She goes right in. Summers up high, shoots high. CECE Tauber there for the backup. She hands off. Humphrey looking in front, and we've got a whistle.
A push. So Humphrey's going to have it. She'll have it at goal line extended, though.
Yeah, tough angle here at the 8-meter. Though we've seen her score from some difficult angles so far today.
I was just about to say that. I wouldn't be surprised if she shoots.
Already 3 goals to go along with the assist. She opts to back it out. Under 10 minutes to go in this championship game. Humphrey drawing some extra attention here. You know how dangerous she is.
Smart offensive possession right here.
Humphrey again working from behind the cage. Rolls near side, pretty feed in front, and Tauber just couldn't collect it. But the whistle, it'll stay with Connecticut.
Yeah, anytime, Connecticut, the only thing that they're doing wrong on those defensive sets is when you extend your arms, you're always going to get called for the push.
Check out Humphrey. She's winding up here. Humphrey right in off the crossbar. Oh, the backup goes to New Jersey.
Yeah, Humphrey didn't get to take the shot the last time. She wasn't going to give it up twice. That's not the mindset of an attacker, for sure.
Nice job by Cecilia Webb, who was the closest to the ball when it went over the end line, and so she earns a possession for New Jersey, who now has a chance to add to the lead. Despite a couple of good looks there for Connecticut, nothing to show for it in a defensive stand for New Jersey. Feed in front, deflected. I think that was a save by Crowley, but the possession stays with New Jersey on the rebound.
Yeah, Crowley definitely got her stick on that one.
Kelly. Race for it as it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with New Jersey. Macrino will bring it in here from the corner. This is Dever again. She's had so much success today. Gets inside, and there's her 5th.
Wow. What a great move.
Nothing stopping Lindsay today.
Not today. She's the, you never know from game to game who's your go-to. Dever's the go-to right now. And again, this is just top of the 8-meter. You're supposed to be able to swarm her and do whatever you can do, but wow, she just gets through 2 defenders. A third is starting to come at her, and then she goes opposite. That's just a perfect shot. Nothing Crowley could do on that one to save it.
And it almost looked like she kind of made her stick look like she was going to maybe bounce that in, and then just at the last second, she pushed it up high.
Well, she obviously has great stick skills and great stick control. And, you know, we were joking about it before, but having a sister as a goalie, all you do all day, all night is make yourself and her better. Shoot and score, shoot and score, shoot and score.
100%. Another draw control here for New Jersey.
So now you're up by 2, 6.5 minutes to go. You're going to pull it out, I would think.
Yeah, take your time. Wait for a good opportunity. No rush.
Well, they need the ball. You don't.
Exactly.
You just need to hold on to your lead. So, and in high school sports still, there is no shot clock. So.
Oh, good takeaway.
And that's why you pull it out and try to run clock off, because when you force it and the defense is looking for the ball, sometimes it just isn't the smart move to stay aggressive.
Kaylee Summers made the defensive play and now gets an offensive chance for her team.
And, you know, on the other side of this, Connecticut is certainly in no rush at all. They still have 5.5 minutes to go. You know, with 2 minutes to go, the score, you know, the clock stops, I mean, so that's what you couldn't afford to do.
Yeah, a quick turnover. So Brooke Hill will take her time finding an outlet here for New Jersey. Coming in the second half, made a really big save in front to keep her team in the lead here in the last several minutes. And everybody's defending a player, and she's just saying, all right, I'll hang on to this.
Correct. I'm just going to stand here. You know, you know, why get rid of the ball? There's nobody near you. There's no need to even pass it. 0.
And it looks like we had a whistle kind of off the ball there in the middle of the field. And so now it's pushed ahead. The New Jersey a 2-goal advantage under 5 minutes to go. They trailed for a good majority of this game. They led 2-1 early, but Connecticut quickly responded. Connecticut led by 3 in the second half, but 5 unanswered goals by New Jersey have put them in the lead.
And a lot of that has to do with draw controls. They're going to get an 8-meter right here, and all this is running the clock off as well. So you're playing the game, you're controlling the ball, you're not standing still, you're still being semi-aggressive, and all this time the clock is running.
This is Delaney Jackson, and she'll pull it back out. 4 minutes to go now. This is Dever, who is just similar to what we've seen from Humphrey at the other end. Just such great calm, cool, and collectedness when she has the ball in her stick.
I tell you, this would be quite a triumph for my friends here that I had, the directors of this tournament with, Charlie Schulberg and Mike Walsh and whatnot. You know, the New Jersey guys, you know, they're on the sideline saying, wouldn't it be nice if we won after all that we've done for this, you know?
That's for sure, and it would be our third different champion in the different age groups. Connecticut, of course, won the class of 2024.
Absolutely.
It was Maryland winning in the youngest age group, the class of 2025. And we'll see Massachusetts and upstate New York in the class of 2022 championship. So this was sure a different region would win all 4 age groups.
That'd be great. And, of course, if New Jersey wins, I give all the credit, you know, to Jess Schulberg, Charlie's wife.
Oh, great take.
Nice.
That might be the icing on top of the cake. Paige Kelly with her 4th goal today, and it makes it a 3-goal advantage.
Well, Kelly and Dever have stole the show for New Jersey today, just in the scoring aspect. In the second half, though, the defense of New Jersey, as well as their draw controls, have made all the difference.
And this is just such a tough spot for the Connecticut defense to be in. You have to stretch out to try to cause the turnover, and then Kelly just using her athleticism.
Right, and when you get to a tournament of this level and athletes of this IQ, they understand that. They've been in these situations a million times, and they know that there's no doubt, you know, what's going to happen. They're going to come after us, and then that's going to create, you know, The second slides are going to be a problem. It's going to create more openings for us, and that's when we take advantage of it.
Connecticut does get the ball off the draws. We're under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they need to push it.
Yeah, 6 unanswered goals by New Jersey. Now they're trying to get it. Oh, the little knuckleball went in. I think somebody got a piece of the stick as Bella Goodwin goes up top. Goodwin with her first goal, and it stops the 6-goal run.
Well, that goal was needed desperately, and again, yeah, I think it confused the goalie there for a moment. I thought she was right on it, and then all of a sudden it got snuck right in there.
Let's get another look at this, because I think that this was good defense right on the stick, and it actually kind of hurt the goalie. It kind of sucked back in.
Yeah, Hill was on it, and then all of a sudden it kind of just went in a different direction.
The old curveball.
And there was the biggest draw right now of the game.
Yep, New Jersey wins it. Minute 43 now, under 2 minutes. The clock will stop on the whistle.
Yes.
Check the hustle and effort here from Connecticut. You're a college coach on the sideline. Even if the team loses, that's the stuff you want to see. Without
a doubt. And I wish that more players understood that. It's what you do when you don't have the ball. It's what you do, you know, if you do happen to make a mistake. It's what you do in a pressure situation like this that they're more impressed with.
Time to play keep away here for New Jersey. Goodwin is tripped. She'll keep possession.
Stick work on these girls is what I'm impressed with. Nothing falls out of their sticks. And they have to be exhausted, and yet they don't look it. They don't look exhausted at all. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, playing their second game today after games each of the last 2 days, starting with group play and then moving on to the quarterfinals through now the championship.
Correct, in 92-degree weather,
yeah.
You know, unbelievable. Just true athleticism.
Under a minute to go, 45 seconds. Cross-field pass to change things up. This is Jane Freeman. She has a goal today in this championship. Almost turned over, but Goodwin there. Right place, right time.
An impressive win for New Jersey. I really thought that Connecticut had a great game plan in, and they were just going to come out gangbusters in the second half, and instead it was just New Jersey from the start of the second half winning every single draw and then, you know, just loading up the cage.
Yeah, I mean, what a comeback. They were down 9-6 early in the second half, and New Jersey just caught fire at the draw circle, and they got a stellar performance from LINDSEY DEVIR and PAIGE KELLY, a couple of midfielders combining for 9 goals. And New Jersey is going to run away with the championship. The American Select Class of 2023 championship game goes to Jersey.
Good for them. You know, and again, it's nice to see a team come from behind. It's nice to see, again, a different region winning and a different age group. I thought that the 23 New Jersey team was awesome. I had been watching them for the last 2 days. I just thought that they were well-balanced, great goalie play, and they were just an impressive team, as was Connecticut. I wasn't surprised of the 2 teams that ended up in this championship game. Look at Charlie High Five in the World. He's such a happy director of this tournament right now.
Yeah, the team from his region gets the win here in this class of 2023. A fun game, 12-10, your final, as we were back and forth throughout. But New Jersey, too much down the stretch to run away here with the 2-goal win. So we'll step aside. When we come back, we'll hand out some hardware here to New Jersey as they get a chance to celebrate a title. Back here to recap the class of 2023 championship game. It goes to New Jersey as they win 12-10 against Connecticut here. The American Select Lacrosse Championship for this class of 2023. It was a 6-goal run for New Jersey that helped them take their first lead of the second half and walk away with a win. Travis Eldridge and Tracy Wiener back with you. Tracy, what impressed you the most about what we saw from New Jersey?
The Dever Kelly show impressed me the most by far. I thought that the two young ladies just played at a whole nother level, equal to like how Humphrey was, I would say, for Connecticut. But I just think that watching the two of them play, they just took over and decided that there was no way that New Jersey was not winning this game. And I love when kids have it within them to do that. And yet they still needed the rest of their teammates to solidify everything. I thought New Jersey's defense had a great second half, which made all the difference in the world.
Yeah, they really got a couple of key stops that helped continue the momentum they had at the draw circle, and offensively, you mentioned Dever and Kelly. Dever with 5 goals, PAIGE KELLY with 4, 2 of them combining for 9 of the 12 goals for New Jersey. As it's photo op time, and they'll also take away some swag here as the champions.
As they should, and again, you know, nobody nobody roots for the home crowd, but for me, for this group of girls, and for all the work that Charlie and Mike and Jess and everybody from New Jersey and Lindsay, our director, puts in, I mean, the pride that they must be feeling right now is unbelievable, and it's just as exciting for them as it is for these, 24 great athletes.
And this is the point where every parent says, "Hey, look over here! Look over here!"
See, Mom's raising her hand in the middle. As soon as you said that, I'm cute. And she's like, "Okay, I got it. I'll send it to everybody. Don't worry."
We'll airdrop it. Just everybody have their airdrop open.
Yeah. No, I got this, guys. And all the kids want to do is get their gear,
Yeah, because then they'll do the selfie and then a video for TikTok, and they'll make sure they have everything covered as well.
And then they'll send it to us, and we'll put it all over the American Select.
All the social media.
All the social media. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
But even still, just for them, for the 23s, for all that they've been through, the last year and a half, for all the stress that they have gone through and still are going through, to win any kind of championship is the greatest thing, And look, and for Charlie to be able to give them their goods, so exciting.
Yeah, and I think that's a good perspective, because for the class of 2023, we talk about how hard it was for some of the college players to go through this COVID year, but if you're the class of 2023, last year you missed out on what could have been a recruiting summer because it just was a different time. Coaches couldn't be on the road recruiting, and so now you entered this summer not really knowing what to expect in terms of what it's going to be like. Are things going to happen on September 1st? Am I going to be able to showcase things for college coaches so that maybe I get calls when the recruiting opens here in the fall?
Correct.
And this was a terrific showcase that they were able to put on here this weekend.
It was, and again, we're so thankful to the IWLCA and all that they do, that they came out in full support, in full force, and it just put everybody else at ease. And the kids were like, okay, they're here. Like we got this, because it is a big part of their futures. It's a big part of what their dreams are and what they're trying to accomplish is to play at the next level.
And New Jersey is certainly showcasing plenty of talent that'll play at the next level here today. As all the players get the championship shirt and hat, also getting an engraved ball here from the American Select Tournament.
Yes, and the bragging rights, of course.
The bragging rights is key. 17 different regions in all these age groups. And so New Jersey in the class of 2023, they get the bragging rights for the next year.
Yeah, well, so far now that makes the northern part of the lacrosse world is up 2-1, right? We can still consider Maryland down south, even though it really isn't. But.
Yeah, that's mid, it's, mid-Atlantic. We can call it kind of southern here for the lacrosse world.
Correct.
Yeah.
And now the next game, we have Massachusetts and/or upstate New York. So.
Yeah, we get another new champion. It was Maryland, as we mentioned, in the class of 2025, beating Long Island. Then Connecticut beat Florida. New Jersey beats Connecticut. And now it's Massachusetts versus upstate New York. Hey, Tracy, we haven't had New York win a title yet. So big opportunity for upstate here in the soon-to-be senior game coming up next.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, next year, I think we're going to have to practice a little harder here on the island. No, it's, again, this is what we talked about with the parity of the sport, with everything else that's going on. We need to, we just need to remember that nothing is given and everything is earned. The parity that's going on now in women's lacrosse is starting to expand. And being in this game for, the 30 years that we've been doing this, I'm happy to take that statement.
Absolutely. Well, we put a cap here on this class of 2023 championship game. It's New Jersey getting the swag and getting to celebrate a title here in this class of 2023. We're going to step aside, but when we come back, we will get you ready for the class of 2022 championship game. That title game coming up next here on LSN.